The International Council for Education of People with Visual Impairment did a strategy review of the organization in February 2017, and one of the goals for the current quadrennium 2017-20 is to organize country championship programs involving persons with visual impairment to talk about the rights and their capabilities. The broad objective of the championship program is to bring together the role models among persons with visual impairment, who can also create a demand for education. The first program of this kind was organized in the Philippines with the initiative of the Resources for the Blind, which is one of the partner organizations of the higher education project supported by ICVI and the Nippon Foundation. The two-day program was conducted on 9th and 10th June 2017 in Manila, and it was started with devotions and introduction of participants. Amy Moika, the Executive Director of the Resources for the Blind, extended a warm welcome to the participants, and Marlo Lucas, coordinator of the two-day program, described the structure of the program and also thanked ICBI and the Nippon Foundation for supporting the RBI to organize the first program in the Philippines. Mr. Eric Marco Ramos, who is visually impaired himself and working as a professor at the Philippine Normal University, Manila, delivered a splendid inaugural address. He appealed to the young visually impaired students to become role models and encourage parents to send their children to school, and also instill a feeling in them that education in the case of children with visual impairment is an investment on human capital. Following the inaugural address, Dr. Mani, CEO of the ICVI, spoke about its strategies for the current quadrennium and the relevance of the country championship program in empowering youth and visual impairment. He highlighted how the higher education program supported by the Nippon Foundation has been contributing to the leadership qualities among visually impaired graduates, and mentioned that the project in countries in the East Asia region is focusing on developing technology skills, soft skills among persons with visual impairment, which help them in securing successful employment. After the inaugural sessions, Dr. Marilit Almayada, representing the Department of Education, spoke on the legislative initiatives of the government in facilitating inclusive higher education institutions. Mrs. Carmen Zublaga, representing the National Council on Disability Affairs, spoke on the rights of persons with visual impairment and asked the participants to become self-advocates. Mr. Leo Lee, President of the Parents Association of the Visually Impaired Children, PAVIC, appealed to the students that they have to become role models and work closely with the parents' organization to expand educational and rehabilitation opportunities for persons with visual impairment. After these general sessions addressed by the ICBI, the parents and government officials, the students took over and they spoke on various themes. The broad topic of the first student session was overcoming disabilities at home and in school. And students studying in various universities spoke about their initiatives in overcoming disabilities at home and school. Three speakers, Abdul Aziz Dapilin, who is doing BSc, Marikor Buk, who is doing BA, and Sohan Motwani, who is a BSIT student, shared their inspiring experiences followed by interactive discussions. The second session was on Dream Big, Conquering the Work Environment, which was addressed by persons with visual impairment who were successful in securing employment. Lynch and Perilla, a teacher from the Department of Education, spoke on how the teaching profession is so exciting for persons with visual impairment. Jerick Dubria spoke on the value education program at the RBI and stressed the importance of communication and soft skills in securing successful employment. Mr. Marx Vergel Melanchio, who is the founder of Grayscale Consultancy Management and Services, encouraged blind students to become entrepreneurs. He explained how he started his own company, which is helping many people with visual impairment and other disabled people in their gainful employment. Following these technical sessions, the students were divided into groups and asked to come up with strategies that would be helpful in overcoming barriers that they face in becoming successful employees and graduates. The second day started with the presentation on overcoming disability barriers, and the presenter spoke on 5 significant barriers. Patrick James Valega and Alia MacLeod spoke about programmatic barriers in education and employment avenues. Marjon Jomen spoke about the physical barriers. Faith Rubante spoke about attitudinal barriers. Mike Derrill spoke about communication barriers, and Premrose Lambone spoke about social barriers. In all the presentations, the students stressed the importance of developing the right aptitude as well as attitude in overcoming barriers, and lots of questions were clarified. A group session was also organized, and the participants deliberated on actions they should initiate to make the empowerment really achievable in the case of visually impaired students, and they worked in groups to formulate workable resolutions for follow-up. One of the resolutions insisted that the higher education students should work as a pressure group at various levels in influencing the government legislations, supporting comprehensive education and employment opportunities. By and large, it was a solid program where visually impaired students took lead and really demonstrated their leadership skills. This program is definitely going to be a model for other ICVI regions. Special thanks are due to the Nippon Foundation for supporting the higher education program in the East Asia region. The 2 days country championship program is a testimony to the outcomes of the mission of the higher education project. ICVI is also thankful to the Resources for the Blind for organizing this program in the Philippines. We can certainly look forward to more such programs in other regions of ICVI too, as per the vision outlined at the ICVI Strategy Review meeting held in South Africa in February 2017.